are going to see what is compassion, what is a self-compassion, different aspects of self-compassion, and we will do one guided meditation to balance two aspects of self-compassion. So we are seeing mindfulness and compassion as two wings of our awareness. To awaken our awareness, we need to have two qualities, one of mindfulness and one of compassion. So the self compassion is a compassion that is directed inwards. We have seen what is compassion is to feeling along with, or every human being who has born wants tries to be happy and tries to get rid of suffering. So in that sense, compassion is really seeing that suffering is happening and willing to do something about it, and getting moved by the suffering and opening our heart and trying to help. So that is compassion. And what is self compassion is treating yourself like you would treat to your close friend when you are struggling. Normally when our closest friend particularly, or someone we like, they are suffering or having difficulty, we are very kind and compassionate toward themselves. But if there is some failure or some of our bad decision or something goes wrong with ourselves, knowingly or unknowingly, we often treat ourselves very harshly with very criticism. So this self compassion is antidote for that. And Dr. Kristen Neff from the University of Texas Austin has done lot of research, scientific research on concept of this self compassion, and she has published a lot of papers also explaining the benefits of practicing self compassion, and how being self compassionate to ourselves is more helpful than being critical or judgmental. And it's pretty different from self acceptance or self love. As a self acceptance and self love is self centered, whereas self compassion, it's compassion by itself is relational. So it's we understand that whatever suffering is going on, that suffering is shared with others, means all people at some point in their life goes through some kind of difficulty. So we are not alone in having this kind of suffering. So that understanding is there in self compassion. So for compassion to practice, we don't have to be compassion is always triggered in face of suffering, in face of pain, or in face of difficulty. So that pain or that difficulty need not have to be innocent itself, or does not have to be blameless victim itself. Even if suffering has arisen due to some kind of personal failure or some kind of bad decision, or some knowingly, means it's with our fault, we understand that it's being it's human to do mistake, and the compassion arises. So the very fact that we are conscious human beings and experiencing life on these planets means we have intrinsic value per person, and we deserve of care. So compassion arises from that. So today we will see three components of self compassion. The first is clearly seeing that there is suffering, that is mindfulness, clearly seeing that there is something difficulty, some pain. That is the first component, mindfulness, being aware of the suffering, knowing, clearly seeing that something has gone wrong. Second is giving a caring response to whatever suffering that is arising, and desire to help. And third is recognition that suffering is a part of a shared human experience, means all human beings at some stage do experience some suffering. The degree of suffering, the extent of suffering, the criteria, it might be different, but all human beings experience difficulties, challenges in their life. So understanding the common humanity behind the suffering. So these are the three components of self compassion. We will see each of these components in little bit detail so that we understand the concept. First is, as I said, the three components is being self-kind instead of judging ourselves. Second is uh, seeing it in the common humanity, that suffering is a part of a shared human experience. And third is mindfully seeing what is happening in thoughts, in emotions, and not overly identifying with what is going on. So the first component is self kindness. And uh, if you have any questions regarding what I am talking, or if you need more explanation or more clarity, please let me know. It's a friendly sharing of the knowledge that I have learned. So I'm very open about discussing the things. The goal is to get clear on the concept. So the first component is self kindness versus self judgment. So as I said, like with our friends, with our kids, or with somebody else, if there is some pain or some difficulty with some other person, normally we tend to be with that person with very understanding, caring, and supporting. But same thing happened with our own self. The tendency is to criticize ourselves, to judge, to be harsh to ourselves. So, and that doesn't help much. That unnecessarily creates to stress, to lot of anxiety. So instead of that, self compassion gives us the option of understanding that there is pain, and because we care for ourselves, we do whatever it's need to do to overcome it. But the first thing is not to fix the problem. First thing is to understand that there is a pain, there is a suffering. So the first component, that is self kindness versus judging ourselves, includes ending self criticism. Second is actively opening our hearts to ourselves and responding to suffering as we would do to our dear friend. Third thing is, beyond accepting ourselves without judgment, we also actively soothe ourselves, comfort ourselves, and care for ourselves in the midst of our emotional turmoil. And we are motivated to try to help ourselves to ease our own pain if we can. So there are these four components, like actively trying to help when we need it the most. And with self compassion, we learn to nurture ourselves when life is difficult, offering support and encouragement. It could be as simple as asking this simple question as, how can I care for myself in this moment? And understanding that all lives have some kinds of struggles. When we are born, we haven't signed some bond like my life would be perfect without any mistake, it would be ideal and everything would go smoothly. There is not such a bond written. Whenever we are born, any human life has challenges, has things that goes wrong, has failure. So understanding that life is not perfect, so when things have gone wrong, understanding that and being kindly present to ourselves, that is the first component. Second component is common humanity versus isolation. So common humanity, what I mean by common humanity is a sense of interconnection. Whenever there is a suffering or failure, we feel like that I have messed up and everyone else is a perfect. So we try to isolate or feel lonely when we face suffering. So common humanity gives this sense of interconnections, seeing our own experience as part of a larger human experience and not isolating or not seeing as something abnormal. The teacher Tara Bach has written a beautiful quote on this. She said, like, feeling unworthy goes hand in hand with feeling separate from others, separate from life. If we are defective, how can we belong? This creates a sense of disconnection and loneliness that alleviates suffering. So instead of isolating ourselves, seeing that suffering is a part of a shared human experience. And the second thing under this common humanity is recognizing that life challenges and personal failures are part of human experiences. So it common humanity part helps us distinguish self compassion from self-acceptance or self-care. Understanding that compassion is a relational, the suffering is relational, it's not isolating, it's not separating ourselves from other human beings, but it's a part of a shared human experience. So this is the second part, and the third part is mindfulness versus over identification. So what mindfulness does is it allows us to be with painful feeling as they are, without resisting them, without avoiding them, or without exaggerating them. Just whatever is happening, we be with that as it is happening. The tendency is whenever there are thoughts, there are emotions strongly present in adverse situation, we overly identified with them. For example, when not only that, I said, like, when at the level of personal failure, not only one say that I fail, but they say I am a failure. Or not only they said that I am disappointed, they say my life is disappointing. So there is a tendency of identifying with a situation itself, or an emotion and thought itself. So mindfulness gives clearly an option of what is happening. It gives this spaciousness, this equanimity, means this ability to be present in a carefully present without overreacting. So that is a third component. So these are the three components of self compassion. I will repeat again. Self kindness versus self judgment. Second is common humanity versus isolating or feeling alone. And third is mindfulness versus feeling overly identifying with situation. So this is a concept of self compassion, and one can be with ourselves in a self compassion way in any situation, and that is more helpful than having self esteem or self judgment or criticism. Further going, there are two attributes of self compassion, and these attributes are two qualities which are very much complementary to each other, as well as they are interdependent with each other, which is similar to the Chinese philosophy concept as yin and yang. In Chinese philosophy, there are this concept of yin and yang energies, which are also complementary to each other and they are interdependent to each other. So there is this yin self-compassion and there is yang self-compassion. I will shortly explain you what do I mean by yin self-compassion and yang self-compassion. So yin self-compassion is a ability to be with suffering in a nurturing way, in a kind way, whereas yang self-compassion is ability to act in a world in a fierce way, in a protective way. So yin compassion, I will give example. Yin self-compassion can be, say, example could be a parent cradling or rocking a crying baby. They are very much holding them with care, and they are supporting them, nurturing them, soothing them. So that is a yin kind of self-compassion. And a yang kind of some self-compassion, the example is of mama bear. Mama bear is a very fierce, means whenever her cubs, the bear's cubs are in danger, she will protect them. She will do whatever needs to be done to protect them. If they are hungry, she will go and hunt fish for them. If the food has been scarce, she will leave her comfort of her home and go to the new place wherever there is no scarcity, and she will do whatever it's needed to protect, to provide, to motivate her kids. So that is an example of fierce self-compassion or yang self-compassion. So yin self-compassion gives mostly soothing. Soothing is a physical comfort. Comforting, meeting our emotional needs, and validating means clearly seeing, giving some words to our experiences and talking about our experience in the world, and giving whatever it needs to be given at that point. Whereas the yang self-compassion has the three part. It's protect oneself, it provides for their authentic needs, and it motivates to do necessary change to achieve the goal. So these are yang self-compassion. So today we are going to do meditation to balance our yin self-compassion and yang self-compassion. So this is a breathing meditation practice where and I have just explained you what is a yin self-compassion, what is a yang self-compassion. Yin self-compassion is a nurturing, loving, connected presence, whereas a yang compassion is a fierce, caring force. So together, when we breathe in and breathe out yin and yang compassion, it gives a caring force, caring, fierce force. And many times in a situation, sometimes we need to have more yin kind of self compassion, where we have to really nurture ourselves, validate ourselves, validate our needs, comfort ourselves. Sometimes we really have to provide ourselves. So that is, and many times we have to integrate these both kind of self compassion. For example, all the three kinds of yang self compassion, protecting, providing, and motivating, they have to be held in a care of a yin self compassion. Otherwise they can turn into their near enemies. For example, protecting means saying, putting boundaries or saying no, can become hostility if it is not held in a loving kindness connected presence. Or motivation to achieve our goals can become a perfection if it is not held in a yin or loving connected presence. So to really work in a life with both these energies, we have to integrate both these energies, and these energies are available all around us. These are, when I say energy, I mean intention. Intention. So loving connected presence is a yin kind of self compassion, and yang compassion is fierce caring. So if this much is understood, we can go ahead and experience the meditation, and if you have any questions, you can ask me, we can talk later. We will start with a classic meditation, breathing meditation to start with, and then we will do balancing our yin and yang. So please sit comfortably, the position that you can hold for next 15 to 20 minutes. Relax your body. Be in a position where you are both relaxed as well as alert. We say that we sit in a dignified posture, where we are straight but not stiff. You can be aware of your feet touching the ground, your hands resting on your lap, your body touching the ground. You may be also aware of different sounds that are coming to your ears. It could be my sound, some other sound in the house. Some sounds you like, some sounds you don't like, some sounds you feel neutral about. All is fine right now. We just note whatever comes to our ears. And you can also get aware of your bodily sensations. As you be aware of your bodily sensations, you may feel that your body is breathing. You can rest your awareness into the sensation of your body breathing. It could be at the tip of nostril, at the chest area, or at the belly area. And any time during your meditation, if your mind wanders, a thought comes to your mind, you get lost in some planning, some thinking, some stories, memories. That is perfectly fine. That is what mind does. Anytime you realize that this is happening, you kindly let it go and gently begin again. You can take 2-3 deep breaths to let go anything in the past and in the future, and be present for few minutes to practice this meditation. And as you breathe in, you can focus your attention on in breath, really feeling the in breath. And with each in breath, we are going to take in yin self-compassion energy, the energy of loving, connected presence. You can even put your hand on your heart as a gesture of your presence and your care. With each breath in, take in yin energy, the energy of loving, connected presence. And let it fill you, nurture you, comfort you. If minds get distracted, when you notice it, gently let it go and kindly begin again. You are breathing in yin compassion, self-compassion, loving, nurturing energy. Let it heal you. Yin energy is a soothing, comforting, loving energy. With each breath in, you are taking this caring, loving energy in. You can also see if any word comes up within you to feel this energy. For example, love or compassion or healing or soothing, caring. See if any words come to you with each breath in, when you are breathing in this loving, connected presence. If you are visual, you can even imagine some bright golden light entering with you as this loving connected presence. And it's filling you, it's healing you, it's nurturing you. And next, you can switch your focus to the out breath. You can do your hand gesture to feel yang compassion energy. You can either do a fist of your hand and put on your chest, or you can just put your hands facing outwards and rest them on your laps. And as you breathe out, you are exhaling yang energy. That is your active energy. The life force that can protect you, provide what you need, or motivate you to change. With each breath out, we are breathing out this fierce energy. Again, see if any words is coming to you with this energy, yang self-compassion energy. It could be a strength, power, fierce, active force. If you like to visualize, you can even visualize a red light coming out of you as a active energy, yang energy. Let this yang energy rise from the base of your spine and move up your spine, straightening your back and out the top of your head. Allow this energy to flow through you and radiate out into the world. You may even find your body wants to rock and move with this yang energy. If so, let it do so. With each breath out, you are breathing out yang self-compassion, active energy. And now focus on the in-breath and out-breath at the same time. Breathing in caring compassion, yin self-compassion, and breathing out fierce compassion, yang compassion. These two forms of love aimed at the elevation of suffering. Breathing in loving connected presence, breathing out active care, fierce compassion. Allow the flow inward and outward to be as natural as the movement of the ocean. Waves going in, waves going out. Breathing in, loving, connected presence. Breathing out, fierce, active energy. Breathing in, golden light. Breathing out, red light. Allowing yourself to be whole and complete with all aspects of yourself celebrated, accepted, and realized. And letting the practice go. Feeling in whatever is true for you at this moment. Bringing some gentle movement to your body. And once ready, you may open your eyes. Thank you.